welcome back to week 2. We're finally back in the swing here of Live at One, and special guests in the studio today are puppeteers, writers, actors, performers, poets, Adam Swartz and Kathy Morrow. So say hi to them.
Hello,
and
everyone.
I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I brought a purchased puppet, but Adam's going to talk about other puppets. And of course, it's about Halloween and what's coming up next weekend. So we're going to just kick it off to you guys. Tell us about Saki Horror Picture Show. Woo!
Boo! Saki Horror Picture Show. It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show with sock puppets. We have some of the cast of the sock puppets behind us here. And before we do a viewing of the movie with sock puppets, we also have a workshop where people can make their own sock puppet that would be a character that could fit into the Rocky Horror Picture.
A Transylvanian. You can make a Transylvanian sock puppet.
Right.
To do the time warp again. And again and again and again with our sock puppets during the screening of the film.
Yes, and
So-
there's.
I was
Go
going to say,
ahead.
how does this all work? What do we do? How do we sign up? How do we learn more? Let's go there first. Then we'll come back to that again.
Okay. AdamSwartzPuppets.com. And right on the front page, we have a link. Oh, that's so fancy. Right there where it says Saki Horror Picture Show. There you go. Click on the lines there that say the Saki Horror Picture Show. And then, oh, look, register here. And there's all the information. But it's pretty straightforward. At 5 o'clock, we're doing our workshop. At 8 o'clock, we're showing the movie. You could do one. You could do both. The workshop you could also do from the comfort of your own home. If you would like to do it, there'll be a virtual option for that. Unfortunately, we can't screen the movie that way, but you can make a puppet at home. We'll give you materials if you sign up. We're gonna have dinner in the middle provided by Webster's. We're gonna have prop bags made by the Center LGBTQA Support Network available. So it's, an all evening event, but you can participate in as little or as much of it as you want to. And we're going to have our awesome friend Jenny helping us out with wrangling puppets and leading our audience in all the traditional Rocky screaming and shouting and shenanigans.
Great Scott!
She's so good.
So, if you're familiar with Adam Swartz puppets, you know that a lot of stuff we do is very interactive. So what better way to enjoy the Rocky Horror Picture Shows? Being very interactive with us in multiple different safe ways of having fun.
Yeah, safe socks. Safe socks.
We practice safe socks.
Yeah.
Can we meet some of the puppets up close?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't decide what I'm more interested in here, okay?
What do you
I'm going to.
want to see here? Woo. I got magenta tangled in my hair. Need my hair.
Hello.
So yeah, this is Riff Raff, and let's see if I can get it's not properly.
Damn it, Janet.
Janet. There we go. If only we were among friends or sane persons. Yeah.
So yes. Will they be able to make anything that they want or their own? How's this going to work?
Yeah,
We provide the materials.
yeah.
We don't have cookie cutter patterns for people because that's not usually how we work. But we're there to offer all of our expert building advice with sock style puppets. And they can make they could make a version of SpongeBob if you really want to. But
why can't SpongeBob go to Saki Horror?
Why not?
Like kind of dressed for it. So
We
Yeah,
like
it's a,
to be all inclusive.
yeah,
We-
yeah, that's
We-
a
we-
Transylvanian who lives under.
right. A Transylvania lives under the sea. We will
Yeah.
have the full main cast of the show that we will be performing a floor show with, along with some other puppeteers, including Mike and Laura Waldier. And so we'll do the typical floor show, but it'll be all with puppets. But people can make any kind of puppet they want. We can have 10 Janets, no problem. Or, hopefully people get creative and make all kinds of interesting Transylvanian characters to fit into the world of Rocky Horror.
So, what is your favorite part about creating a puppet?
Should I go first?
Sure. That's why I looked at you.
Okay. My favorite part about creating a puppet, I think when it finally dawns on me that it's finished. Because then I look at it and go, yeah, this is what I was trying to do. I got it. And then it's a character, and having the idea, maybe the very beginning and the very end are the best parts.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe that's true with a lot of artists. I don't know.
Some people like the process.
Yeah, there are parts of the process that I like. Sometimes. When you find something, when you're struggling with something, and then finally you find the solution that just clicks perfectly, that's a good feeling. So I think when I'm finally finished with the puppet, then I can really enjoy all of those parts and say, yeah, look what I figured out.
How do you know you're finished?
It's a intuitive gut feeling that takes many years of practice
You're
to figure
like,
out.
you're like, Kathy, is this finished? And then I'm like, or like, yeah, stop. And then finish.
Yeah, sometimes you keep going after you're finished, and then you mess it up, and then you have to keep working on it even more than to be finished with it. But yeah.
Kathy, what about you?
What's the question?
What's your favorite part about making a puppet?
Well, I guess I actually do enjoy the process more because it's not what I think of as my area of expertise in the puppetry world. So for me, I think that I'm more excited about the actual physical building process because it's not something that I have to do every single day to make a living, unlike Adam. Well, I think, and I'm also not, I don't think as skilled at it. So I'm still learning a lot while I do it. So building is, it's like learning.
So she's able to enjoy the fun of it. Like all of the participants that are going to
Yes.
show up at our workshop, you will
And-
get to enjoy the process.
And this is all ages, right? And all levels of experience, or talk it
Almost
through.
all ages.
Good
There we go.
question.
Almost
So
all ages.
because of the subject matter and the rating of the film will be showing, it's definitely, I would say the movie screening is an adults only event. However, older, teenagers with a parent, that would be fine. Don't bring your 5-year-old. But if you have a hip 16-year-old who likes to hang out with mom and dad on Saturday night, then yes. And I think the workshop atmosphere will keep it safe, we'll keep it friendly. But again, because of the nature of the, material that we're creating around, we would just put out like a disclaimer that this is really geared towards an older crowd. So again, not something to bring your elementary school kids to make their first puppet.
Although, if you are 16, 18, or even 72 and have never made a puppet before, you can still come to the workshop. It's any skill level.
Oh yeah, any skill level. Yes, for sure.
Good. All right, I'm going to ask one more question of you guys before we kind of let you go for the day. Talk to me about your favorite show or performance or activity that you have had as part of Adam Swartz Puppets?
I'm
I
trying
know,
to go
tough ones today.
backwards.
Well, how
Trying to
about
go
you pick
backwards.
one? I know, I hate always when people ask me favorite. I'm like, I don't have one. So
No.
tell me a fun one. How about share a fun story?
I know, as you know, being a performer, it's always, the last show that you did is the best one, or the next show that you're going to do is going to be the best one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think recently, which is pretty tricky in the last year, since we're so used to live performances, and that's been scarce. But I would say, I don't know. Do you have one?
No.
No. Kathy actually doesn't like performing.
I do like performing. That's not
She likes it. She likes when the performance is over.
Well,
I don't know, because every time I ask for a performer, Kathy signs up. So
I do.
I don't think she hates it. Okay,
No,
so I'm gonna make this. Go ahead.
I enjoy performing in the same way that I enjoy like roller coasters and scary movies. Like I get a rush from sort of having a fear and overcoming it, and that adrenaline that you feel, where it's like, this is terrifying. Can we do it again? Right? That's how I feel when I perform.
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
Adrenaline jump. I know what we all, right? Yeah. So for me, one of the things that I find both interesting, engaging, stimulating about you guys, and it's one of the reasons that I love both of you as people, not just as Adam Swartz puppets, is similar to Tempest Productions and our Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. Our goal is to infuse the arts in our lives, and you guys embody that with everything that you do, from your educational programs to your community programs, and it's all about learning an art form. And you are professional artists, whether it's poetry coming from Kathy and her workshops and puppetry coming from Adam Swartz Puppets. There is an arts and education component in there that is always just built in for all ages, always inclusive, and it's always just fun. I see your pictures, right? And you see how much fun people are having with this, and it just warms my heart. And yes, I mean, and tell me a moment that, or share with me a moment with any age group that has warmed your heart, like a little kid that has wanted to do X, or an older person who has never gotten in front of the camera and done Y for you. Share one of those moments with us.
All right. Well, I got millions of those for
Mhm.
sure.
Jenny is raising her hand.
Oh, well.
Come in, Jenny.
Let Jenny in.
Hey. One thing I love about watching them perform is the interaction between the audience and especially Adam, because mostly in the front. But he has a real rapport with immature kids. I mean, and that didn't come out nicely at all. But there's like an electricity. I was talking before with Kathy of, I mean, kids are unpredictable and wonderful and hilarious. And Adam is really able to not only just bring that out and let them be themselves, but also play off them and support them and get them to, asking them a fun question or encouraging them to participate. And Kathy, of course, is just the same way, whether they're doing a performance or just being with people, like teaching a class and so forth. And I think, like you were saying, the magic of all of this is Adam and Kathy and the way they are with people. I remember we had and
all of the awesome people that we rope into work with us.
There you go. I remember a couple years ago that they had a beer and puppets with beer and puppet.
Yeah.
Beer and puppet thing that I went to, taking pictures and so forth. And there were everyone from grad students to just octogenarians, and they were just having the best time, just sitting there like cutting yarn and being, oh my God, they just became kids themselves. And with one exception, I mean, there was this one guy who was hilarious. I forget. Did he made a puppet of Nietzsche or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's neat.
he had a like cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he was just he was like, "Rah, rah, rah." It was just the best thing, and it wouldn't. I don't know if beer helped that along or not, but it was another example of Kathy and Adam making people come outside of themselves into a place they wouldn't have gone before
Right.
in
And
a very joyous way. So
Thanks.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my favorite
That's-
part. Kathy and Adam.
Thanks for noticing.
so, no, and that is what's important and what's good about what we refer to as arts and education, right? Because it has that component that isn't a cookie cutter. Here, everyone do X, everyone do Y. It's like, we let the kids show up. And one of my favorite Halloween moments in a workshop was, we were doing a write your own story, create your own character. And pretty much these were second graders. Everybody, all of the little girls were being little princesses. And then one little girl just stepped up and very quietly goes to me, I want to be a bat. Right. And of course, a lot of her friends were like, no, 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 be a princess with us, be a princess with us. And we're like, no, she's going to be a bat. But that's what's great. Like they come to this workshop, they get to be what they want. They get to create the puppet they want. And the fun of discovering and creating those voices, right? And just having fun, but also learning in a very safe environment.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys for that and for providing that. Tell me how we can find out more about other programs Adam Swartz has got going on after Saki Horror.
The next thing we've got coming up right now is a couple different shows of our Christmas Carol adaptation, which is definitely an all ages production, and we'll have I don't think that I put that information up on the website yet because I haven't officially signed all the things yet, but we'll be in towards the beginning of December out at Millbrook Marsh with that, and then later towards the end of December at the State Theater, and we'll also be doing a sort of a variation of it in Bellefonte at the Victorian Christmas. So we'll have all that up right after Halloween. We'll drop all the next holiday stuff.
Right. We're not quite like the stores where they already have Christmas stuff out.
Yeah, now we go
We
wait.
like to savor the Halloween, and then right after Halloween, okay, now we can talk about the next holiday.
Move into the other. All right. Anything else you'd like to add in?
The Jacob Marley puppet is my favorite ever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sorry. Had to add that.
It's all right. Thank
Anything
you
you'd like to add in?
We're just so excited to be able to be doing live things again, and also we're so grateful for you guys for just always bringing us together with other amazing artists and performers, and being able to keep everything going, especially through this really difficult time. So
Yeah, we appreciate
I
it.
think going back to what our kind of favorite moments are, collaborating with other people in this community is what we love the most. So we really appreciate I'm gonna get like teary.
I know.
We really appreciate staying connected through the last year or so of really difficult times for everyone. Staying connected and as a theater and arts and education community, and so thank you for the opportunities that you bring all of us.
It's
Wow,
a-
I didn't know I was feeling so strongly about that.
That's wonderful.
I know. So thank you guys. And it's a great segue. Thank you. That was a perfect lead in
Thank
into
you.
where I got to go next. So to find Adam Swartz Puppets, it's pretty easy. There it is, adamswartzpuppets.com. October 30th, Saturday night, is Saki Horror Picture Show. So make sure to find them and go join in, whether it's virtual for the workshop or whether you can join them in person. And it is one of the few live events happening coming up. So thank you, Kathy and Adam. And we're
you.
going to end today's broadcast in a few minutes with The Raven from last year's Poe. So one of the things to think about as we're moving forward, and you're going to get to see Kathy and Adam again, should you join us, is Friday night, October 29th, is Spooky Stories. So this is sponsored by Tempest Productions and the Central PA Theater and Dance Fest. And from 6 to 7 p.m., we have our young children, our young pre-K, K1, 2 preschool, and we'll be reading things like Click Clack Boo and 10 Timid Ghosts. We're doing It's Skeleton Time in both Spanish and English, so we have a bilingual story happening. We've got Scaredy Cat Splat happening. Bonaparte Falls Apart, and Goodnight Goon and Room on the Broom from 6 to 7 p.m. We kick off. Go ahead, Paul. Bring it back up.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Getting
The Spooky Stories. And you can find this at centralpatheater.com and tempestproductions.org. So if you go directly to one of those websites, you can get to the Spooky Stories Readathon, 6 to 7 p.m. We also have some guest readers in that the Mayor of State College will be reading, County Commissioner Mark Higgins will be reading, and the Executive Director of Happy Valley Adventure Bureau, Fritz Smith, will also be reading in the early period. At 7 o'clock, and there it is, you can see, come. At 7 p.m., we have Spooky Stories for middle school ages. We have an abridged Legend of Sleepy Hollow and a few other short stories for middle school. At 8 o'clock, from 8 to 10 p.m., we kick off into classic horror tales from The Telltale Heart to The Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, The Monkey's Paw, and The Lottery will be happening from 8 to 10 p.m. And then from 10 p.m. on, adults, if you want to be frightened as much as we can frighten you, we're going to try as hard as we can to bring out the true horror stories at 10 p.m. Easy to find us. A number of us will be joining ourselves or getting together live at Webster's, and I'll be broadcasting from Webster's that night with guests, Adam and Kathy Schwartz, and a number of other people that'll be joining us. What we're asking you to do and think about, because Halloween is right there, I want to share with you another one of our special guests for the evening and our So our very special cosplayer, Lori Wilson, will be here and with us streaming live from Webster's that night in various costumes. We're going to ask you to join us. Paul's already getting ready. Paul, you want to share a couple of your costumes with us?
Well, I can throw a few things that have been. I can share a couple of things that have been, some of the stuff that we've been playing around with here. If I can get that.
Get it to share.
There we go. Getting it to share. There we go. This is just a casual afternoon on the front porch, reading with one of our friends who was sitting around. It was a bit of a long book, I think, but yeah, we have a few. And it's always a good time to read. So whoever you can find, sometimes you want to hang out with the pets a little bit and read some spooky stories. And this is me reading with our cat, but again, the book ran a little long and he didn't want to wait too much longer. So
grab your costume, grab your favorite costume. We'll ask you to join us on Facebook. You can share your costumed pictures. You can share reading along with us. And we'll have more of that coming up next week as we lead into October 29th. Tonight, Happy Valley Improv. Did we double catch that time?
Yes, Happy Valley Improv is at 7 p.m. tonight at the Blue Brick Theater.
And that's every Friday night is their improv show. And you must be fully vaccinated and masks are required, correct?
Yes.
As far as we know. So you can go to happyvalleyimprov.com and bluebricktheater.com and find that information. So October 29th, Spooky Stories, October 30th, Saki Horror Picture Show. And then November 1st, Pearl Gluck and the Center Film Festival kicks off. Pearl will be our guest next week. So we'll hear more about the Center Film Festival and things that are happening there, as well as a little bit of a recap on Saki Horror and Spooky Stories. And that's kind of where we're headed this week. We're going to end today. Kathy and Adam have agreed, and they've given us a short film. It's about 8 minutes long. It was used for the Raven, for the Poe production last fall,
Mhm.
and we're going to end with that. So I'm going to bring Kathy and Adam back in so they can wave
you got
while
it.
I get this to share.
Thank you again.
Yes, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
The Raven. Let's see if it's working.
There we go.
Is it going? It's not going.
Don't hear the sound. We can't hear Cynthia either.
Can't hear Cynthia at all. Well,
Because she muted herself while it was playing. All right.
okay.
So thanks for the. Thank you, Adam and Kathy, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.